Hello, Saggy, and welcome to a timeless Justice for Saggy reading, where we discuss the topic of however the disclosure and the viewpoints of Sekhmet would like to have the conversation about it. Alright, bear in mind a few things while we get ready for your reading is that however you are affiliated to the terminology and label of Saggy and you are here is in true form of seeing whether or not anything within this reading is for you. Please utilize your discernment to take what it is that you like and leave anything behind with me that you may not have. Alright, bear in mind that this is a collective reading you have tapped into and not a personal one-to-one connection. So discernment is imperative. Please bear in mind this is one of two sister channels. Alright, this is a channel of Sekhmet. However, she wants to have the discussion of justice is however she would like to have that conversation. Alright, however you're emotionally inclined to feel that the reading is merciful and a merciless to you, to and for you, is in true form again to how the reading would like to be held, for your emotions need not apply. To gain access to the sister channel of Bastet, feel free to check out the description box below. Well, that will give you that access to that. You'll also find ways to reach my website if you'd like more information as to who I am as Seventh, as well as if you'd like to book any services that I have made available via that at this time. All right. Lastly, please remember feminine and masculine energies are non-gender specific. Femininity has both feminine and masculine tendencies, as well as masculinity having both feminine and masculinity. Whoa. Alright, collective, let's get into your Justice for Sagittarius reading. I am Seventh, aka Master Seventh, that reads these energies for you. I'm a master healer that provides remote wellness, alignments, and tarot intuitive insights such as this. Alright. Lover's Quarrel. Separate and not equal. Because it's Queen of Wands and Knight of Wands, alright? This conversation is fucking loud. There's a lot of arguments between two souls, alright? You're not in alignment. You are, however, trying to reach each other. You really just don't know how to. You're not even sure if you're emotionally going to ever actually rekindle again. This is a spiritual conquest and not an emotional one. Alright, you're really going to have to figure out where you are in your... it's going to sound probably harsh, but where you are in your mental capacity and aptitude of emotional maturity over yourself, because the next relationship, whomever this is, or the next stage of a current relationship is really going to be a testament to how well you have a relationship with yourself, and however that relationship blossoms, feeds, and regenerates, renews, refreshes a connection with another. You've been told before that the connection is not over, alright? So this means, however the fucking shit it implies, to be honest, alright? And pardon if any vulgarity comes out, because she's been on a ruckus lately, alright? But let's make something clear. When it comes to wanting something, and I do not know, this is not a personal connection, alright, that you and I are making connection with. So I'm not sure where you are in your current present construct of your world, all right? I don't know if you are physically attached with somebody right now, not by the hip, but by choosing connection, choosing to converse, all right? Now, this is not, however, a relationship that has never had a conversation. This is someone definitely pertaining about where two physical people have communicated in the physical. Y'all have put eyes upon each other. You may have even shared the room. You were in physical proximity. However, if that also means you're in close proximity and you're in question of that maturity of that relation, meaning you're with somebody right now and you're questioning the safety, the longevity of this relationship, is it possible to continue? Why is it not possible to continue? Why ask that question? If there is a question that contradicts a reality right now, then that question already has an answer to compromise and bring resolution to your reality. Meaning, if you are in a transactional, we're talking right now, we are dating, and you are wondering if this person is choosing you, but you are talking, you are answering your own fucking question. That person is choosing you because that person is in connection and conversing with you. If you're asking if that person is going to go out of their way or step into their role and label this it's you and me, baby, I ain't going nowhere, then also your life, your attachment is also already answering that question. Meaning, if you are not in connection with somebody, you haven't had their number, you haven't met them in person, then no. That person is not going to step into the immediate role, come down to 3 months, reach an euphoria, and come up with your name, be like, that's the one. You're asking an impossible fucking question. If you are someone who is in connection with someone, yet it's been in and out, but you've made contact, maybe it's even been on and off again, a situation, a companionship, a situation. Whatever it is, it's been on and off, and the on has been in person, the off has been in person. The answer, whether or not it will occur, longevity, is already in the transaction of however you two came in contact with each other. If it's been havoc to get a routine of comfort and safety through the connections you've already established, then no, I will not advise you to feel the inclination that this person is going to reach a euphoria, get rid of all their angst and trouble, snap back into their maturity, expand their maturity, reach spiritual elevation, and make that decision and be like, yes, you are the one. You're asking an impossible question, although the question has an answer within. There is a need to understand the responsibility of personal quest and how far that shit reaches, and the illegitimate expectancy for someone to hear your cry and answer that shit. Absolutely not. The expectation is too high. For that, allocate that expectation if you need to for religious reasons and have their God take care of that shit, because that is not your responsibility to demand, expect, or even advocate for another person or vice versa. It doesn't work that way. It's not allowed that way. If the person is not in stratosphere, then that person is allotted sovereign right, sovereign freedom, and not an indoctrinated choice that you need to be the one to be selected. Oof. All right. So, what do we take from all that? Get a dwelling of your emotions, all right? Understand why you feel the way you do and live in the luxury of that feeling, all right? You wake up from every day for the next fucking 3 months thinking of a crush. Girl, boy, your brain is saturated with the desire of an addiction because you want something that is not right in front of you to grasp. So your brain is completely excited by the emotion of have given you in a possibility that you've created a defining point of, well, I want it then. Okay, if you want it, but it's not yours to have, how will you know you have what you have and feel secure that it's yours to be had? Because oftentimes a lot of y'all have reached amazing experiences with people, places, and things, and these have been all unplanned. If that fucking is the truth, don't plan the next meeting of a person. Don't plan what that person's supposed to look like, how they're supposed to fucking talk, how they're supposed to act, like how they're supposed to react, and whatever. No. All that time spent, all those questions on what they should or shouldn't be doing, are all ways that you should be having conversation and vicious acknowledgement of a relationship with yourself. Vicious. I mean fucking vicious. Because some of y'all are not doing it. You're not having this sacred journey with yourself. You're not having this holy matrimony with yourself. You're not. There's no fucking way. Your questions are too demanding, too out there. and high expectation having to do with an other and not yourself. And that's a problem. There's a problem it's just a problem. Mm. Nine of Pentacles. Oh, Lord. Yep. King of Pentacles. Eight of Swords. You know, maybe you've exhausted all aspects of resources in this linear life. Some of you feel very successful. Like in the aspects of certain things, there's not much to complain about. There's things that you'd like to improve, you know. It's always better to get a couple more digits to the salary than not, right? And it's always more fruitful to learn about another person that's outside of your extended circle right now. You know, you like that shit. You like exploration. You like adventure. You like new things. You like new resources. And in that aspect, for how vivacious you travel the world, quite literally or even metaphorically in your mind or emotionally in your heart, there's not much room to progress now, is there? There really isn't. Yet there is a fucking huge pressure of shit is wrong and you no longer know how to fix it. So this is not a linear issue in this life. This is an extended overreach of past life issues and traumas. If there's a severe in and out with this person, with a certain fucking individual, and you by now know who this individual is, don't create him if he or she isn't available, all right? They already announced themselves in your construct of your mind, all right? If that person is very vital and pivotal, this is an ongoing pattern from a residual, universal, galactic problem between you, your consciousness, the matters that make you, and it. Yeah. There's no way I had to fucking, like, As Many Lives, As Many Masters is a book that you can read to help you understand what this point that I just made. All right, it's by Dr. Brian Weiss, if that should intrigue you. And that up there. Anything else? No. Okay. And we leave. All right. With that being said, I'm wishing you a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are in the ether of this time and space. And may you keep flowing, growing, and glowing. Take care.